thought of that or heard it before.
Well, and what you said earlier about not getting into a negative spiral, I think is really important. Just psychologically. I mean, look, man, I know you had a tough life in a lot of ways. There are certainly some moments in my life that were pretty tough, but I've never, again, I'm not an expert. I've read some books on this stuff. This is not JD Vance's expert opinion. This is just a guy talking. I really worry that a lot of the mental health stuff in 2024 is about like focusing so much on what's bad in your life that you end up wallowing in it, and it becomes this sort of self-reinforcing spiral. Like there's only so much you can, I mean, if bad shit has happened to you, there's only so much you can do to think about it and process it. And sometimes bad shit happens because it just happens, right? And there's no like rationalizing, there's no like thinking through it. And what I've always found like is most helpful is getting outside and going for a walk. Like that made me feel way better than trying to understand why did mom do this thing when she was 13 or when I was 13 years old and she was, I guess 39. 36 she would have been when I was 13. But like, why?
Right, still harping on it. Yeah,
you just,
I got to go for some walks then. I mean, I go for them, but still, sometimes you got some ghosts, man. But
I mean,
I
and I've got ghosts too, man. But it's
the
like
longer you sit there and look for ghosts, it's still ghosts. It's still a ghost,
and it's almost like you find more ghosts,
right?
And you keep on finding them, and then it's like, all right, man, I need to go like hang out with my buddies, go for a walk, and have a drink. Well, not if you're dealing with addiction, but like have a drink of coffee. Just like go hang out, because I really worry that like the constant wallowing is bad for us.
Yeah, we've gotten into this definitely into a heavy self-help type of vibe.
Yeah.
Like every book is a self-help book, because self-help is great, but also you're saying the other side of that is that you're saying that something's wrong with me, right? And so if you're always looking for ways to improve yourself, which it can be positive to do that.
Yeah.
I've noticed in my own life, it's also a way where you're also kind of saying there's always something wrong with you.
That's interesting.
So I'm in the same way that I'm always trying to get better. It's like I've obviously created there's something unachievable.
Yeah.
Because if I'm always trying to get better, I've set this impossible course. So really part of me is telling me, there's something wrong with you. So it becomes a little bit more about finding ways to accept myself.
Yeah. You got to balance it, right? You got to balance. Like obviously there's all things we can work on, but it can become a self-defeating cycle if people let it. And I try to just balance it. I mean, like I like about 2 years ago,